It is Saturday, April 23rd in the NBA, and I'm back with my two best picks of the day. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. This video is going live on Friday night, so I won't have a recap of Friday's plays, but hopefully Friday's games treated you guys nicely. If you are new to the channel, I appreciate you for tuning in. If you want to do me a favor, go down below, hit that subscribe button as we close in on 32,000 subscribers. We've had a pretty profitable year so far. Hopefully we can continue that for the remainder of the NBA playoffs. As always, we're posting these videos every single morning. Normally morning, today's is going live Friday night. But either way, we got 4 games on the slate for Saturday in the NBA playoffs. We got starting with the Raptors, Sixers. We have a play in that one. Then we have the Mavericks versus Jazz. Then we have Celtics versus Nets. We have a play in that one. And then we have Grizzlies versus Timberwolves, an action-packed slate. Let me know your best bets down below. Drop a like too. I appreciate you for tuning in. Shout out to our COS All-Stars. You guys, the real MVPs out there, all the All-Stars out there, we appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. If you want to support us, click the join button on the channel or the link in the description. I'll shout you guys all out on Sunday. I don't have an updated list at the moment, but I got you guys all with a shout out in Sunday morning's video. Either way, if you want to support us, click that join button or the link in the description. Look, I got no more time to waste. Let's hop into the first game on the slate. Raptors versus Sixers, early tip-off, 2 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday, April 23rd. Rolling with this guy, Tobias Harris, over 6.5 rebounds, -115 on Caesars. Now, so before you guys ask, and I swear if I get some more comments, if the line goes up to 7.5, I'm fine with it there. Play it at 0.5 units if it's plus value. Let's talk some numbers. 13, 20, and 19. What are those? Those are Tobias Harris's rebound chances over the last 3 games in this series. Obviously, they've only played 3. So game 1, 13, game 2, 20, game 3, 19. 6, 10, and 12. That's the number of rebounds Tobias Harris has hauled in, obviously hitting the over in the last 2 games, crushing it, but don't mind his double-double value. I think it's like plus 300, pretty good value today. 37, 39, and 47. Yeah, that's the number of minutes Tobias Harris has played in these 3 games so far, and when we look at it, look, he's at the over in 2 of 3 games. He missed 1 on the hook, and he played a ton of minutes. And obviously, they're going to be without Matisse Thybulle today, another guy they take out of that rotation as he does not play at end games in Toronto. Now, Tobias Harris this season averaged 6.8 rebounds per game, and he played 34.8 minutes per game. Obviously, playing a little bit more, so you'd expect those rebounds numbers to go up a little more. He hit this over in 41 of 73 regular season games so far. In the regular season, that's 56% of the time. He played 35-plus minutes in 40 games this regular season. No surprise, he hit the over in 28 of those 40 games when he saw a lot of minutes. No surprise, he went under to, 20 of 33 games when he played less than 35 minutes. So, obviously, the minutes should be there today. This is a must-win game for the Sixers team. We think about Tobias Harris. He's going to play a lot of minutes. Like I said, no Matisse Thybulle. And we've seen a ton of injuries in the playoffs so far. The Sixers want to get out of this first round with the sweep. They want to go into the next round, not having to worry about playing another game, potentially losing guys due to injuries. Look, they want to keep everyone as healthy as possible. So I expect them to try to go out there, play the guys a lot of minutes, try to put this game away. We look at Scotty Barnes as of this moment, recording Saturday afternoon. He's doubtful to play, and I imagine he doesn't play on Saturday. But if he does, I don't think it really changes my analysis. Now, Tobias Harris is over 6.5 rebounds in 16 of his last 25 playoff games. We have to also keep that in mind that majority of those games were with Ben Simmons too, who was a guy that was averaging, 7, 10, 12 rebounds in those. Obviously, he's not there. We see, obviously, Tobias Harris more at the 4 position. They're going to need him out there to guard this Raptors team with a lot of length. Now, in summary, I really like Tobias Harris today. Love his over 6.5 rebounds. If it goes up to 7.5, don't mind it either at that line. If it's plus value, take it for half unit if you can get it at that plus value. But I think he's going to pile up the boards today. He's going to play a lot of minutes, and I think he will get it done for the people. So, Tobias Harris over 6.5 rebounds, my first play of the day. Let's move on to my second play. We're going to Brooklyn Nets versus the Boston Celtics. And look, it's a must-win game for the Nets. And who I'm going to back? I'm going to back Kevin Durant. We're taking his over 29.5 points, -115 on DraftKings. Now, this could be a super square pick, but I imagine it was super square in games 1 and 2. And I know the people that back Durant probably ain't coming back to the well because he hurt them good in the first 2 games. And they're going to just sit on their couch, watch this game, and see Durant score 35 points and to see. Like, why? Why was I 2 games early? And look, Kevin Durant, we know, one of the best scorers that's ever touched the hardwood. And we can all agree, Kevin Durant, call a spade, played poorly the first 2 games of the series. Game 1, 23 points, 9 of 24 shooting. Game 2, 27 points on 4 of 17 shooting. Granted, he got the majority of the work from the free throw line. I believe 18 of 20 from the free throw line. But he went 0 for 10. Not 8 for 10. 0 for 10 from the field in the second half. Look, all credit in the world, got to give it to the Boston Celtics defense. They've been one of the best defenses all year long. They're really making it tough on Kevin Durant, but I just want to back him in a must-win game here. The reason I'm wearing this shirt is an RJ Barrett shirt, and it might seem out of place. The Knicks have nowhere. They're not even sniffing the playoffs these days, but I saw RJ Barrett on the Old Man in the 3, and what he said about the Celtics defense was in the playoffs, obviously they call less fouls. This was his quote: And if all 5 players are fouling, you can't call all of them, the refs that is. So I really like RJ's quote because the Celtics defense is pretty aggressive, but I think about this game. This is a must-win game for Brooklyn. They can't go down 0-3 in the series, or it's a wrap. They're not going to come back from 0-3, or at least the odds would be very stacked against them. And look, even Ben Simmons returning in Game 4, that ain't going to save you from that. Now we look at Durant, should easily play upwards of 40 minutes on Saturday, shoot 20-plus times pretty easily. I mean, he would have shot 20-plus times in the last game if he didn't get fouled 150 times. So in Durant's last 25 playoff games with 20-plus field goal attempts, over the line in 18 of them. The 7 games he went under, 4 of them were with the Golden State Warriors, obviously a team that didn't really need him to score as much as he needs to score for this Nets team. And then we look at what the Nets over in 7 of 10 playoff games with 20-plus field goal attempts. I know he only attempted technically 17 in Game 2. He's going to attempt 20-plus today when he plays over 40 minutes. In my head, this is as close you can get to as a must-win, win-or-go-home game as the Nets can get without it actually being a win-or-go-home, because they can lose today, and they'll still come to play back, on Monday for their Game 4. Still, we saw this exact same recipe play out for Nikola Jokic on Thursday. Obviously, Jokic went under in Games 1 and 2. Easily crushed his line with 37 points in Game 3. Kind of doing the same thing with Kevin Durant here. Really like his over 29.5 points. Look, I can go to sleep at night saying, you know what, Kevin Durant put up another egg. He built us a brick house, and we can, maybe if we lost our house on Kevin Durant on Saturday, he at least built us a new one, because that's most likely what will happen. Look, I'm too confident in this guy. He's averaged 29.9 points per game this season, and look, we're just asking this guy to go out there and get his average. He's one of the best scorers in the NBA. There's a reason he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's going to end with, I don't know how many points in his career. I anticipate he comes out and plays super well today. I understand Kyrie Irving. You never know with Kevin Durant who's going to play well. I think Kevin Durant will play the 40-plus minutes easily tonight. We saw him dominate the Bucks in those kind of closeout games where they needed him to show up and show out and play really well. This is exactly the recipe. Kevin Durant has to play well today, or else he's going to be ridiculed on Twitter. And we know how active he is on Twitter. I expect Kevin Durant to get us 30-plus points. 30.5, I'm fine with it. Don't mind it going up to 35. I think Durant shows up and shows out on Saturday. Now, those are my 2 official plays for Saturday, but let's talk about a couple other guys. Let's go to the Jazz Mavericks game. 2 guys I'm looking at: Donovan Mitchell over in points, Rudy Gobert under in rebounds. Now, Mitchell, the guy basically played a half and scored 32 points last game, and this is a must-win game for this Jazz team. You can't go down 3-1, and I anticipate they show up today and play pretty well. Mitchell, like I said, 4 points in the first half, 3 fouls of this Game 3. Then he dropped to 28 in the second half. I anticipate he does a little bit of the same today. I think he's more aggressive. We know Donovan Mitchell. This guy's a ball hog. He's going to shoot the ball a ton. I think he can get you 30-ish points. I don't know what his line is because we don't have a line as of recording this, but same thing for Gobert, under on rebounds. So they make Gobert's line 15.5. I'd take the under in that one. I'm not going to make it an official play. These are leans. But look, he had 7 rebounds in Game 3. A lot has to go right to hit an over in rebounds. A lot can go wrong to hit an under. And if they make it 15.5, I lean the under. If they make it 14.5, it's still a little bit sketchy. I still lean the under, but something you guys should do your own research for, as always. And then let's move to the other game, Timberwolves versus Grizzlies. 2 guys I'm looking at: Ja Morant under in points or over in assists. When we look at Ja Morant, we see the Timberwolves defense. It's basically been, well, we'll let anyone else beat us besides Ja Morant. Ja Morant hit the over in Game 1, but that was with 1.5 trillion free throws. So the last 2 games are really limiting him. If you watch the defense they play, basically double-teaming him. They're putting Anthony Edwards, the guy that's a pretty good defender, on him. Cat is double-teaming him. They're just basically triple-teaming him and saying, please, someone else beat us. And, you know, Dylan Brooks and Desmond Bane have been able to do it. Tyus Jones was able to do it in the last game, yeah, they have Tyus Jones. Trey Jones is the one on the Spurs. But still, I look at it. I think you'll see Ja Morant maybe go under in points again, over in assists. Wouldn't be surprised. I think this will be a higher scoring game than what we saw in Game 3. And look, the Timberwolves are trying to win this game. We should see a close game. I mean, the Timberwolves choked away that game, but we still saw Morant have 10-plus assists, and that was when they only scored 100-something points. They might score a little bit more than that today. So I don't mind Ja Morant under in points, over in assists, something to look at. And then the other one, Jared Vanderbilt under in points. Now, I know a lot of people were on its under in points in Game 3. And he ruined it in the first half, or first quarter, actually. I think his line was 4.5, and I think he had like 5 points in the first quarter. And yeah, he ruined people good. And my question is, why did Jared Vanderbilt have 8 field goal attempts in 32 minutes, while Cat had 4 in 32 minutes? Like, I understand the defense is different on Cat, but there's no reason Jared Vanderbilt should be doubling him in shot attempts. I don't care if Vanderbilt plays 48 minutes and Cat plays 12. Like, they will not let Jared Vanderbilt shoot too much. And the Timberwolves desperately need playmakers on offense. They need them on the court. Vanderbilt, no offense, can't really knock down a three-pointer, can't really do much with the ball, and he's kind of a liability on offense. Now, sure, he might have scored 10 points last game, might have 13 rebounds. Congrats, but They need players out there to score the basketball and at least be able to move and kind of get it to their playmakers. And we saw their offense really stagnant in Game 3. There's a reason they gave up 2 25-point leads. They couldn't do anything on the offensive side once the Grizzlies defense kind of honed in on them and said, oh, this is all you guys are doing. They're going to need to play other guys, maybe like a Malik Beasley. Even Jaden McDaniels was a little bit more productive in his minutes off the bench. I would not be surprised to see Jared Vanderbilt see a reduction in minutes in Game 3. But those are all my leans. Obviously, let me know your best bets down below. I appreciate you guys as always. Sorry for a little bit of an early upload Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, but I appreciate you guys as always. Thanks for always being a part of the Call on Our Shot community, and we'll see you guys again in the next one. Peace.